Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Well, folks, I'm experiencing some interesting technical difficulties. There we go. Good morning, Nevermore. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the generous support of the good folks at indiecd.org. Yes, the Independent Creator Directory, our one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, musicians, and creatives. It seems we are having some, slight delay in my ability to switch through my banners and stuff. I assume it has to do with my lovely internet being problematic. We will make it happen, though, because like the Independent Creators Directory, we work without the heavy, oppressive presence of billionaires telling us what to do and how to do it. With the exception, of course, of Bezos, because I sell my books on Amazon. But IndieCD is the place if you want to make your dreams come true. If you want to make everything happen in such a way that you can get out there and sell your books, tell your stories, make comics, make movies, make music, whatever you're trying to make, the Independent Creator Directory is there to help you make it. And okay, we're gonna have one of those days where the response time on my system is just non-existent. That has to be my internet, and that is okay. Let me see what I can do to aid that. Today is a special day, dear friends, so we're going to get right into talking about the other ways you can support my channel. I just have to deal with this lovely idiocy. You can support my channel, of course, by buying my books. Things like Through the Thinning Veil, 7 great stories to chill your bones and get you warmed up for this coming spring. You see, I think spooky season lasts all year round. And if you need just a little tap of the paranormal, the bizarre, the is it real or is it totally from the fictitious mind of yours truly, go read this lovely little volume. There will be more. However, most of my time has been caught up with Haints and Hellfire. my ongoing series. I love ongoing series. It's so motivational of horror novels. The first one came out this year, and I am insanely proud of it. Two reporters have stumbled into the world of the paranormal, all tied around the murder of a family and the escape of a small child from forces unknown, unexpected, and nearly unpronounceable. Check it out. It's good. If Daphne Lage liked it, it has to be. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. All part of my ongoing, I like that word, ongoing book series of Western fencing manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to passing that art on to others. Now, I'm going to pause and say I am having technical difficulties flipping through my comments because apparently StreamYard is just delaying open things up, which is why I couldn't get my lovely overlay to come down, but we're making it happen because that's not going to stop us. Today is one of those days, friends. Today is one of those days where I got to fight the wonderful, the beautiful game of alarm clock roulette. Yep, it is my cell/internet service. Okay, alarm clock roulette, where you turn off your alarm clock, you go to get back up, and then you wake up about an hour and a half later going, well, that's a thing that happened. And indeed it was. But yet I am still here, still determined, still making this happen. And that's because when you have a dream, when you have a goal, when you have a mission, you make it happen. You do what you have to do to get through. Now, I need to get into my accountability because I'm happy. You know, I have that lovely feeling that only comes from randomly stopping a sentence at a round number. Being that Haints and Hellfire 2 is set to be, it is currently not set to be, it is at 24,300 words. A perfect, not about, exactly. And it is that little delightful smoothness that makes my day all the better. So I love it. I love when these things happen because they mean that I am getting to go through what I need to do to make things work. And the stars have aligned. The sun is rising. The temperature is finally coming up in a reasonable manner. Instead of jolting violently out of bed, screaming at us at 80 degrees, and then diving back into the 30s. I know that flanking north and south of us are storms and horrors pounding the country, and will continue for the week. But guys, spring is coming. Spring, while technically here, as we have crossed the wonderful realm of the equinox, is bringing with it a sense of warmth, a sense of hope, a sense of light, and perhaps even a sense of justice. And we need to pull that energy into our black little hearts and let it melt off the hoarfrost of winter's tender embrace. I hope you guys are feeling that too. I hope you guys are coming into Friday. Maybe we're a little tired. This has been a week. But maybe, just maybe, in the pursuit of our dreams, we can find success. Now, for what is going on with me, I am starting today officially, because I'm going to be spending today when I am not in front of the screen here or on the sister channel, the Historical Fencing Guild, prepping for Region Con. Now, Region Con, let me see. I want to see if I can get that banner to come up. Is April 13th, which means it's just under a month away, running 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. It is located at 500 East Joliet Street in Cherville, Indiana. I believe it's the Cherville Visitors Building. It's a little bit north of 30. It's not terribly hard to get to. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a new site. They're going to do a one-day event at least for the public. I suspect they'll let us in the night before for setup. They usually do. And I look forward to being up in Northwest Indiana for a bit and enjoying the hospitality that region has to offer and seeing some dear friends again, maybe getting a chance to roll some dice, putting out some art, and just having that great feeling of motivation that comes from knowing that there's a gaming convention, and as a game designer, I am in my place among my people, much like I am here at Nevermind The Furthermore. Because the world is very often about figuring out which pond you're most comfortable with and what fish you want to school with. You know, while rampant nonsensical tribalism runs amok on the macro scale in our country and perhaps in our world, your personal tribalism, the people you pick as your friends, the people who become family, the people you are genetically tied to, all these great folks come together to not just make you, but make how you perceive the world around you, because they're the ones that influence you. So right now, friends and creatives, I do hope you are picking and associating with people who will do so. And should you be encountering folks who are pulling you down or not giving you the respect or fairness you deserve, it is possible to not wish ill on someone, but you can wish away. And wishing away has no karmic debt other than they may hopefully move on to other places where maybe they can find what they need out of life. Never hesitate to curate your experience, both online and in real life. Just is the banhammer, long may it swing. Do not be afraid, that is, to cast those out who do not serve to make your life better. Because you deserve an experience that you can enjoy, an experience that elevates and builds you up. The thing that has made humans the dominant species on this planet, excluding things like mosquitoes and cockroaches, which really don't count for the purpose of this, is community. It is our intelligence and our ability to manifest. Wow, I did not pronounce that word right. Manifest our dreams. This, more than nearly any other thing, makes us the paragon of animals. It's what puts us first, separate from so very many. I was reading many, many years ago an anthropological text. I read things like that when I am so motivated. And they were discussing what is the first sign of civilization? What is the first sign that shows that a species has gone from simple existence to something greater? And that first sign that they cited was a femur. It was a human femur, a Homo sapien, and it had been broken but healed, and healed straight. This meant that this human, this person, was in a situation where they could receive medical care. This meant that not only could they receive medical care, but while they were incapable of hunting or gathering well or easily. They were cared for. Someone fed them, someone nurtured them, someone provided some measure of medical assistance. They splinted the leg. This, more than anything, the practical application of compassion and support in a very physical way has let us as a species, and marked to their great descendants, civilization, hope, because it's only going to come. The thing that separates us from the rabid animals that take and seize and only take care of their own or themselves is applied compassion. It is tactical kindness, the ability to have your stream fall out from under you once again. Hopefully it will work better now. But the ability to care for people, the ability to do a good that is not, at least in the short term, profitable to you because it's the right thing to do. Now, I mention this, dear friends, because we are in a group that does that. The community known as the Rising Tide comes together to help each and every one of us become a bit better. It is my privilege and honor to hold my hand out and let the people who are ready step on this and get boosted maybe to the next level. And there are times where they don't get very far and they hang around, and that's okay. And there are times where I have reached out and gone to launch them, and the stars aligned and the sky cleared, and I watched them ascend like rockets from their previous position, blazing forth into the night. And I will tell you, as the kind of person who has dedicated huge parts of his life toward that very concern, there's very few things that feel better than to see somebody who thought they couldn't walk spread their wings and fly. So that's why I do what I do, friends. That's what I want to see. I want to see you guys ascend. I want to see you heal from the damages that you've incurred. I want to see you take your pain and stories and history and perspective and weave them into something lasting, something perhaps greater than ourselves. Now, it could be silly little stories that spook you, or stuffed animals, or jewelry, or books of great depth, and it could be manuals and how-to guides and educational forums. It could be any myriad of the wonders that we, through our wit and craftiness, through the efficiency of our digits, can make manifest. But friends, never think that that is a small thing. Never let yourself fall into the trap of inadequacy, of doubt, because you are out here doing wonders. And I am so very proud of you. It is an intense thing. It is not a subtle thing for me when I see somebody's books skyrocket. When I see things like Kelly Carlisle, who I think is going to be in the chat today, uh, paranormal, the Paranormal Case Files of Bishop Kincaid. When I see books like that do well, when I see your Kickstarters crack and start blasting through those stretch goals, they matter, because what you're doing matters not just to you, not just to dealing with the stories and the joys that you create, but the act of what you are doing is in itself a story. And as hard as it is for some of us in this chat and on this program, to acknowledge we are the protagonists of our own lives. We are not the main character of the universe, but we are the main character of our lives and deserve to treat our lives as such. So do not go into this weekend where so many of us switch from our day-to-day 9-to-5 jobs and switch everything over to chasing the dreams that we love. Do not think that what you are doing is a small thing. Do not think that just because large powers seem to collaborate to attempt to descend upon us, to attempt to hold us back, to divide us with hate and politics and warfare. Do not let any of you think for a second that deserves to limit your potential, that deserves to limit your peace, that deserves to limit or impede your goals. Because creation is a wonder. And I am not speaking of the focus grouped, mass-produced creation by committee. I am not talking about jaded, profit-oriented greed mechanics built on adjusting a margin. The only margins you should be worrying about, writers, are those that your publishing system, your printer, will allow on your page. So when the news gets dreary, when life gets hard, I want some of you to think back 4 years ago now, to that strange time when we were all locked up. And so many people let the terror and oppression of that period paralyze them. And it did to all of us. We all had bad days back then. But the people in my chat, the people I'm going to be deferring to right in a moment, instead of succumbing to despair, which is my sworn enemy, nihilism and despair are the two forces I will not abide amongst nearly any others. Because despair is the energy thief. Despair is liquefied fear. Despair robs us of light and hope. And nihilism, the idea that it's all going to break, so it doesn't matter, why should I do anything, is such base cowardice in face of the wonders that life could be, that I will never stand quiet in its presence, nor see it as a way of living. It is simply a trap leading to a lonesome, hungry void. And I shall not let that guide me, dear friends. It is not my place to tell you what makes life worth living. It is not my place to say what truly brings you value, what brings you existence. Why do you wake up in the morning? Some wake to serve faith. Some wake because they simply see no other way. Some wake to do the business of man. And some of us reach and strive and claw and scratch and cling to whatever small joys keep us on this plane till we can weather whatever storm we are enduring. And these things matter. If looking out the window to see how your plants are doing is what gets you up in the morning, if it's what gives your world a shred of hope, then that for you may be the most important thing on earth. I've worked with a lot of people who have suffered and mourned and wounded and bled spiritually and physically all over the place. And they could clung to the far out raggedy edges of life. And I want to tell you, friends, right now, because I know some of you are walking through some dark places, right now, the light that holds on to you, the light that you get up in the morning for, the thing that makes it just enough to get by, is the most important thing in the universe. Maybe not for us, maybe not for anyone else, but for you. Because I've heard stories of survivorship. And you ask people, why are you, what kept you here? And sometimes it's been a phone call at the right time. Sometimes it's been just someone acknowledging them on the street, recognizing their personhood, and simply saying hello. I know people who live because despite everything else, they just wanted to see the end of Game of Thrones. And as bad as it was, it kept them going through the time. People find those things, cherish them, especially those of us on the darker spectrum of perspective, those of us to whom depression is not an enemy anymore, nor a figment, nor a mere threat, but to whom depression, like pain, has become a companion, someone familiar whom you know how to walk with, and when it's time to walk away from. I know people who the only reason that they are alive is because they don't know who would take care of their cats in that moment. And they went on. They went on to great lives, and they married, and they found love. And some of them did it, but they found purpose. And some of them did it, but they're looking. And right now, the fact that they have room to journey is what keeps them up, what keeps them alive. So, to answer a question that was posed to me, why do I continue to do this? Why do I roll out of bed, look at the clock, go, shoot, run, get my meds, throw some kind of liquid breakfast down my throat, grab a beverage because there isn't time to fill your big bottle up, and get into this? Because I have spent a lot of time both lost and at times living in that twilight forest that exists between where you were and where you wish to be. When you've left the golden path to lead you to the next level, and you are lost in the woods. And if you've spent time there, if you have found yourself in that place, finding a light makes it so much easier. And maybe, just maybe, I can guide one more person out. Just maybe I can be here to try to inspire a fraction of as many people as my predecessor, the incredible, the incomparable Brian K. Morris, has done. I don't get to see Brian very often. I don't get to talk to him nearly as much as I'd like to these days. And honestly, I have a bad habit of sleeping through his morning shows because there are a lot of people late at night who occasionally need my attention. It's an old habit. But till the day I die, I will never forget the look on that man's face every morning, 7 days a week, during, that time of the 20s. And knowing how hard it was on him, because I'm going to tell you, over time, micro expressions don't lie. If you pay attention to someone enough, the human face will reveal the vast majority of truth. And if they have been altered, and watch a great many people with very self-serving motivations frequently alter their face to hide their lines, to hide the little marks and imperfections, to limit the mobility, to make it easier to lie. But I looked at Brian, and I knew how much the suffering of the world weighed on him, and how much doing that weighed on him. And he still did it every day. Now, I cannot do it every day. Because when I am not doing this, I'm taking care of my son. And that is not a choice anyone would ever want to ask of me, because no one would doubt why I had to, if it became a matter of choosing. But right now I have a way to elevate you. I have a way to elevate your stories, to give you a platform in which you can talk about what makes you live. It may be the music. It may be art. It may be a silly program, an upcoming game, an unfinished book series. It may be a project that started as a impulsive, intrusive thought to put a squiggle on a wall that's slowly growing into a mural. But today, friends, as you craft, as you work, as you go through life, taken from another member of the Semicolon Club, take a minute and appreciate the thousands of little lights that make life worth living. Take a minute to realize and encapsulate in your mind, to make crystalline the thoughts and memories so that they may be preserved, of what little wonders, strung like gems on the threads of our life, keep us going. and be there for each other. Reach out to the people you think about. If you ever get it, I should call them. As soon as you get a minute, call them. Check on people. Reach out. Now, some of you will be concerned because of this topic about me. I am not in a bad place right now, friends. I am tired because I had a difficult night with a very, very powerful headache. And I have been discussing some things with some people who are in that dark place or dark place adjacent, And I'm not talking about um, Gareth Mangonel's, or however you say his name's dark place, which, if you love obscure and insane humor, absurdist humor with 80s grit, I do recommend you look that up. But find the light today and take some time and find these things, even just one. Nurture it a bit. I watched over the course of one of my last semesters in college a dandelion. A dandelion that decided it was going to grow in a little crack in the parking lot of the Valparaiso Fazoli's. Because I was taking courses at the Purdue Valparaiso Annex, I believe is what's called, the little tiny satellite campus of a tiny satellite campus of Purdue University. And as they had no fresh food, and as Fazoli's had a decent lunch menu and frequent coupons, I would go and get my unlimited drinks and unlimited breadstick type situation and whatever else I ordered and study. And one day it was dark and it was raining. It was actually thundering out. It was a grim day. There were things going on in my life that were scary. I looked out and I saw this little completely defiant plant. A little sprig of a thing. Growing up out of the sidewalk, out of the concrete. Now, anybody who'd been through that parking lot knows that because it was a Kmart and it didn't really switch over for a very long time, that parking lot looked like it had been carpet bombed. Drove like it too. But that little flower right by my booth, I'm prone to finding spots that I like, grew every day. And it's funny because maybe the lot guy just missed it. Maybe the lot guy didn't do his job well. Maybe. I like to think he decided that it was cute and just left it there. I've done that at a couple of my jobs. I have a huge affection for chicory for just this sort of reason. But as bad as it got, and it got bad, it was a tough time in my life. It got weird toward the end, very lonely. That little defiant weed mattered. So I ask you, before I go into the things, this is one of my longest rambling things, and I apologize for that, but find the defiant flowers in your life. Find the little things that matter and enjoy them, appreciate them, acknowledge them. And should they pass, should their time end, have a few more in your back pocket because you never know when you'll need them. Now, before I get to the much belated ads, how about I much belated chat? How about a word from Joe? Hi, folks. It's a cookie thing. Don't worry, I haven't gone dark side. Let's go through the chat. Sorry if I got a little quiet there. And let's get all the way up here. And what I am getting, I know I missed a few messages because my internet burped. I apologize for that. So greetings to anyone who didn't. So the first one I'm seeing is Foxy does apply to Trey, even if that's not her name. The lovely Trelana Bachman saying morning, Foxy, and good morning to Trey, and good morning to Foxy, who I assume is there, and morning, Thesis, and morning, Carl, and morning, Donna. How you doing? Because you know she's over there keeping the mojo in the dojo. Oh man, makes me feel like Billy D. Williams with the Colt 45. Anyway, 71 hours to go on Mr. Grandtastic's League of Cryptids #1, which means I'll try to run that a little later. And Thesis says my mouth might have gotten me into some trouble last night, and not the fun way. Well, Trelane, I'm going to skip to the moment that says Trelane says, not the green room, not the green room. Indeed, LOL. And put your merch where your mouth is. Ah. From the show or otherwise. For those who watched Last Man Standing last night, remember when I joked with Rich about having a journal to keep all his notes in? Uh-huh. I must not have gotten to that part of the show yet, Thesis. I had to stop watching to come in here. Well, I appreciate you coming in here. I hope it was worthwhile. And oh no, that means I missed Chunk from Mike Jimmy. Good morning, Mike Jimmy, Lord DeBron. And before I go quiet again and feed Aurora, here's a shameless plug for Life on Quora #7. Well, thank you for being in the show, Mike Jimmy, and all the love in the world from Aurora. Hi, Mike Jimmy. Yes, I saw that, Thesis. I remember that, Thesis. Hope everyone's doing okay. I think we are, Grant, and those of you who aren't will be. And if you need help, reach out to me. Reach out to your friends. And if not, remember 988 exists for just that. If you're in America, dial 988 and you can get support. And other than that, I hope you're excited because you're almost done with your campaign, sir. Well, he wants me to make 2 for him and 1 for each of his 2 kids still living with him and his wife. Well, I hope that there is some kind of exchange going on because I think that's great. That's called getting commissions. That's not opening your mouth and getting in trouble. Sore but living, Grant. What I think we need to do is get you some very light gauge leather, maybe from an old couch or something. Very, very thin gauge leather, lightweight leather that you could easily punch to make your covers. That would really elevate the projects you're doing. That should keep you busy for a while, Thesis. you need to look for a company called Tandy's. Tandy's Leather Company is probably your best supplier. That's great thesis. Just a couple days left on A League of Cryptids. If you guys want to check it out, I'll be running your ad. Don't worry. Good morning, everyone. Out running errands this morning. Just want to make sure I drop my like real quick. Well, it's appreciated, Joe Bachman. And LOL Updated Thesis. Hey, Joe. Hey, Nick. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we're live. We're doing good. Morning, Joe. Today might be interesting if his net is already throwing fits. Yes. I wonder if Windows is downloading yet another update in the background. I believe that the wind is shaking the silo behind me, and my internet and phone both go through the same cell tower. So we'll see. And hi, Joe. I don't get as many still being on 10. Machine not eligible for 11. And remember, guys, if you haven't started, start saving money now. Yeah, see, I do have some more breakfast type things. For Windows 11, because in 2025, the Microsoft overlords will not be supporting 10 anymore, which means it will become a security liability real quick. And if they're talking about that, it's going to be a problem. So watch out for that, guys, because that's actually what killed. Going to 11 is what killed my big Lenovo box, because it didn't have enough RAM. And the irony is I still have to try to get the RAM fixed on the thing, because I'm not going to waste a perfectly good box when I can convert it to use for my son. And if you are interested, check out League of Legends, bit.ly/League of Legends. Too late, Grant. I already posted that link. And this guy's work, lulu.com/shop/Carl Witzman, Death and Love Down Under, ebook, product, a whole bunch of junk. We got to find a shorter method of links for you through Lulu, Carl, because those links get a little cumbersome on you. And happy Friday, Cindy Koepp. I hope you're doing wonderful. I have truly enjoyed watching the progress of your dragon. Your library dragon, that is. Hey, Cindy. Waves, how goes? I'm racing like a crazy person trying to get ready for QuadCon tomorrow. You go, Cindy, go. Hey, Cindy. Oh, fun. Hope you have a good trip. It's local, so short trip. I do hope to sell the things, though. Howdy. Howdy doody, Cindy. That's more what I meant. A profitable trip. And go support Nick's efforts to teach people to be safely dangerous. Patreon.com/The Historical Fencing Guild. Yes, please. As the weather opens up, I will be needing to take the money that I put aside from that project to work on my facilities. The latest set of windstorms damaged some of my outdoor systems, and I will have to address that. So many books can be found here. Amazon.com/store/Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert. Indeed. And you will find more coming fairly soon. Tune into Nevermind The Furthermore this morning at 9 a.m. That's 10 a.m. for those of us on the Eastern time zone, which I find hilarious that I went south and west to get on the Eastern time zone, but that's Indiana for you. Woo! Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can tune into Nevermind The Furthermore here at 9 a.m. That's youtube.com/@Nicholas Tockert. That's me, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe to that lovely video. Pops is not well. Pops is not a well clown just now. Normally I can read typos, but I'm having trouble with that. But you can send him love by tuning into his archive podcast, youtube.com/@PopsVanZant. Okay, you get a chance to tell me what's going on with Pops. Dawn Dulas is summoned, and thus she appears, because here comes the dawn. Shooby-dooby. Hey, Dawn. Everyone's going to greet Dawn, and I know I'm way behind, but that's okay. Dawn, I just checked out tracking on your package, and it is out for delivery. And Dawn, my speech impediment just invoked a green room story. I think I've told before about my good friend, a good friend of mine who needed a ride home, and I was the only one who could take her home because, well, every other person was male, and her father had been led to believe that I was of an orientation other than what I am. So it's the only reason I didn't get shot. Will I play a role? Absolutely. Maybe I'll tell that story over in the green room. Maybe not. We'll have to see. You get no warning. And that is Brian K. Morris's YouTube channel. And Carl is barking like a dog. And Dawn says, dang it, I already screwed that up. I feel like I've greatly missed a point. And all the sound effects you need at Brian K. Morris's Amazon store, just go give that man money. Hey, Dawn, told you. Get previews of terrors. Patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Absolutely. And we've got greetings, and I am going to blast those. And Foxy says, and Trey, yours is in the state, right, Thesis? Oh, good. Tune into Brian Rodman's art. Patreon.com/Brian Rodman. Nick does cool art. DeviantArt.com/Nick T. Yes, I have another flood of DeviantArt uploads I need to do in the near future. So there will be good stuff. And I am on build up for the convention, which means I have to design a whole bunch of new pictures. It's going to get interesting, folks. Yeah. Craze is in Bedford Park, Illinois. Sydney says, tomorrow, and Sunday, but tomorrow you'll want to drop by Merle Hay Park in Des Moines for a few good reasons. One, Books and Dragons will be there. You need those. And Don says, uh-oh. And Carl says, whoops. Yep, that would be my internet doing what it does. And Trey says, oh, that should be here really soon. Oh, dear. Yes, friends, the Nick Field is mighty without Joe Bachman in the background, but we are prevailing against it. I am unfortunately going to have to run late into a Daphne and Nita show, but that happens sometimes because you guys deserve a decent program. Shadowfist, Kung Fu, and Tai Chi will be doing 2 demos, 12:30 and 3:30. Rock on! Welcome back, me. Glad to be welcome back, Donnie. And our stuff should hopefully be here today. It looks like y'all are getting presents in the mail. I am jealous. No, Shadowfist is also hosting a silent auction. You get acupuncture, a month of free classes, chiropractic care, artwork, a signed base sprawl, 3 book baskets, a staff, and other stuffs. Ooh! If you've been watching Green and Gold Dragon take shape on FB, that one is in the auction too. Ooh! The blue library dragon will be available for sale. That's awesome, Cindy. It really is. Thanks, says Cindy, and continues. And my break is ended. I must go to a meeting. Blah. Y'all have fun out there. Go visit CKOEPP.com and get Dragons and Books. Then check out patreon.com/CKOEPP to get the last preview of Lines of Succession, and then whatever else is next. Haven't decided on the next title. Oh, and Mosaic will publish April 1st if everything goes according to Hoyle. Ooh. You'll be a fool to miss it. Oh, gosh, I should feel terrible about that joke. Cool, Cindy. Thanks, Waves. Bye, all. Stay safe out there and have fun storming castles. Every time Cindy says black, all I can think of is metalcore. Okay. What gets me up in the morning? First cat. Second, to nag Dawn to play Muncie. Hey. Everybody has to have their passion that they promote. Yours might as well be a strange geocaching game. And if you want to know more about it, you can get Uncle Carl's guide over at web.cuppaz.com/community/Uncle Carl Guide. Hey now, I'm just waking up. I don't even have folders in my cup. You mean Folgers? No, folders. We got stuff to get done. See, she's not awake. Ducking autocorrect. I see this, Foxy Alamo. Yes, Folgers. Dog gets me up in the morning. She wakes us both up in the mornings. Hey, George meowed me off the ledge many years ago. Pets can do that. He was amazing. They all are in their own ways. Dawn, Dawn, hugs to Dawn. Hey, Carl and Foxy. I didn't even want pets, and now I could imagine living without at least one. Foxy's corrupted him. Nah, you cultured him. Oh, it's like having two conversations. Anyway, sorry, I didn't get a notification. We're having real internet difficulties, Josh, but you got here, and I'm sure at some point, our own Don Dulas will give you the proper greeting. My defiant flowers are Donna and Dawn. Ha! Nothing wrong with that. Dawn, Foxy says you have to wait till the green room to open your gifts so we can see the squee. Aw, morning all. And hey Josh, morning Josh. Everyone's happy to see Josh. Hey Carl. Got greetings, and okay, thesis. And there it is. I knew there'd be a birdie for Josh. And more greetings. And Joe's new ad will certainly wake you up inside. Can't wait. Sorry, possessed by the spirit of Amy Hale for a moment. I'm not Amy Hale. Amy Hale has some wonderful books. Amy Lee, however, is the one that woke me up for the moment there. But Lizzie Hale is also good in that bit. And if you know, you know. And if not, look them up. Yes, we will, Carl. I'm a defiant flower. I can live with that. And hey, my sweet Dawn, I can too. Hey, Trey. Which I will unfortunately be late for. My favorite teacher ever passed last Monday, and we are going to have the viewing tonight. You have my deepest condolences, thesis. My thoughts are with you, your family, and the family of the deceased. As Brian would say, may all the memories be golden. I'm no rose. I'm the dandelion that grows out of concrete and spite. Absolutely. Hold on. We have something for that. I just have to go dig. Hashtag fueled by spite. Yes. There are a great many things I have gotten done because I believe that when somebody tells me I can't. Oh. That just burns my biscuits. What do you mean I can't? Sorry for your loss, thesis. And so sorry, thesis. A great teacher can touch you forever. And I'm so sorry, thesis. And Don says, I'm creeping Charlie. If you know, you know. And if not, you want to be Charlie. But bum. He was the one who got me into Shakespeare and mythology. Keep their lessons alive. That's the best payment. I hope some of my students will at least recall one useful thing I've told them. I've been told I'm a Venus flytrap. No. I mean, I can see that, but no. Right now, and while I do understand that they are technically parasitic, which does not apply to you, if you go through the forests of Northwest Indiana and you run around, you will see these kind of umbrella-looking plants. Okay, now bear with me. They're very subtle, big, hanging green leaves, very low to the ground. Easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking for. But if you move the green leaf aside and look under them, you'll see a radiant flower. Just absolutely gorgeous. The smell's divine. I think of Trey a lot like that. Trey is not always appreciated for the wonder she is. Ha ha ha, Carl. Auxiliary verbs, right? Nicholas? Oh, it's getting formal. You've helped me out more than you know, brother. Well, thank you, sir. It is a privilege and an honor to be of use. And I can see that, Trey. Auxiliary verbs, that too. Nom nom. And BM, is, are, was, etc., and the accordion. Mama's got a squeeze box, daddy can't sleep at night. Goes in and out and in. Yeah, okay. Don't waste a box or not the green room, Nick. You know what? It happens, LOL. Time to spritz. Time to spritz. Okay, I guess it's shower time. Pops is in the hospital. Don't know the details, but he was throwing up blood. That's never good. That's really never good. Yikes. Hernia issues. Hope he heals up quickly. Right? Not good. Nick, I PM'd you the pop situation. I will check that out later. Normally, I race to a PM like that, but I don't trust my internet to stay stable, so I want to get through the program first. Thank you, though, Dawn. And let's see. I was wondering about that, Dawn. Thanks for confirming. And Pops. Okay, here's the deal. He has a hernia. His stomach has crawled into his chest cavity. Be having surgeries. Won't be able to run any of my own shows, obviously. Well, I wish Pops a swift and easy recovery, because that's all I can say. And I hope that went well. And oh no, don't know him, but hope for safe recovery. That is a beautiful statement, actually. To wish well on someone you don't know is the balance for all those people who hate people they've never met. And I find that glorious. Let's see. Whoops. Hey, I just read that. See the squee? Guess that's correct, since most humans can't hear it. Hashtag Kevin for scale. That material will be repeated throughout the course. And I'm going to take a second. I'm going to star that so I can find it. And I'm going to keep my word. And I'm going to remind you all, first and foremost, to taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit and the honey sauce. And then I am going to ask some interesting questions about cryptids just as soon as I can find it.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
I have to stop because there is a detail to that video that I absolutely adore. The fact that the Jersey Devil has a Dolly Parton t-shirt. That delights me every time I see it. And yeah, support. We're running last few hours, last bit of Grant Lankard's Kickstarter. If you have the money, please support him. And we have I Hear It Just Fine, referring to the Don Squeak. Haha, Foxy. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm going to head over. No yawning. No, I'm done with that. Beardage. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll head over to the Daphne and Nita show. Guys, I have no problem if you head over there. Give them my love. The two lovely ladies of comics are a delight and a wonder. May apples? May apples. Okay. See you later, Grant. Bye, Grant. Have a great time. Thanks, Thesis. Same to you. And we've got buys, and we've got Chris Walker. Hold on. Somebody's blowing a dog whistle somewhere in Illinois. Oh, wait, that might be Dawn just saying hi. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, Chris Walker. You know, every time you come on my show, every single time Mandy sees you come on, she goes, you know, he's a nice guy. I really like him. Every time, like clockwork. You are well received, sir. Hey, Chris. And bye, and morning. And my 5th grade teacher was the Polka King of Minnesota. I remember so much from that classroom. And all I can think is John Candy from, I want to say Home Alone. But that's wonderful. You're getting here right as I leave, Chris. It happens. Tagouts happens. Hey, Chris, squeeze, since I already fudged it up. Hey, Chris, and I told you that I told you that you would be able to not squeak. If people can hate for no reason, then I can love for no reason too. Exactly. And Gray Wolf says, and good morning, Gray. I didn't realize you were in the chat because of some technical areas. Hope he'll be well soon. Hiatal hernias are dangerous. I have one, according to the VA, that causes acid reflux every so often. Yes, it does. I too am a member of that club. And I have had severe enough acid reflux to be throwing up blood. So it is not a comfortable thing. Can't keep a good Don down. Hey, Gray. And we've got greetings, and we've got greetings. And you'll never be able to resist the squee. Exactly, Thesis. There's no reason we can't spread love like others do hate. Exactly. Now I've got the Thriller playing in my head, but squee instead of Thriller during the chorus. It's a squee, squee. Dang it, Nick, you made me yawn. I'm sorry. The pressure changes are going so fast, it's not just popping my ear, it's popping my jaw. Because it's squeeing, squeeing, da, do, 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 do. Oh, God. And now I'm imagining everyone in taco shirts doing the dance. LOL. Now that image is going to be making me laugh randomly all day. Awesome. And yes, I dyslexiated that. If you guys hear me do stuff, it's proof. I do scramble things. And Callie, you can't be late for cat lunch again today. Will you, Daddy? No, he won't be late. And good. Smiles that pop out of a memory are the best. Absolutely. Now, you guys have gotten your hour. I've run a little late. I'm going to run some ads, and we will wrap this up on this lovely Friday. And who shall I run? I think, since Cindy Koepp was in the chat, I need to find her ad, and we'll run that.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard.
Well, folks, I don't dare run more ads on you. Let's see what we have. Good to see everyone later. Have a great weekend, all. See some of you tonight. See ya, everyone. See everyone Monday, if not before. Have a great weekend. Later, all. And with that, guys, I'm going to say keep writing, keep drawing, keep making what you love, because you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. From the bottom of my heart, I love you. You should too. I will see you all hopefully at 8 o'clock on the sister channel, the Historical Fencing Guild, knowing full well many of you will be in the green room. But at the worst, I'll see you Monday for the next episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Toodles.